started. See you. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is for those who are regulars. For the newcomers, karibu karibu. We love visitors. So today I was inspired by a video of mine that I saw. The questions in the video really inspired me to also do some questions for my channel. So the questions basically are, you guys will get to know me a little bit better. There are just 4 questions, so it's not going to be a long video, I hope, because one thing about me, at times I talk too much. But anyway guys, I hope I talk sense, because there are people who just talk for the sake of talking and you're like, baby boy, baby girl, shut up, nyamaza. Anyway, so guys, welcome. These questions will enable you to understand a little bit of who I am. Yeah, the idea of putting my journey out there happened to me in the month of March 2021. During that time, it was when COVID was taking roots in Kenya, and during that time, while everyone was getting worried about COVID and all that, it's when I found out about my HIV status. Yeah, and during that time, it was a period, it was my last semester in the university. So in the ideal world, I was supposed to graduate during that year, but that did not happen that year. Yeah. So guys, let me tell you, that time, before I found out my HIV status, yani, I was just living a reckless life. Yeah. And that time I was also pretty excited, because you see, there's usually a saying that if you're in the university, it's either you get out of the university with a degree or a degree and a baby. So I was excited that I didn't have a baby, so the only thing that I was getting out with was a degree, but the universe had other plans for me. So yeah, I remember that day we had a class presentation, but I was not feeling quite okay, so I decided maybe I'll first pass by the school dispensary, then after that I can join in the class. So when I went to the school dispensary, it's when the doctors broke to me the unfortunate news that I was HIV positive. Oh my goodness. I feel right now, looking back, I feel like I was just in a state of shock. But during that time, I was just like, the only thing that ran through my mind through all that time with the doctor at the dispensary in school was I was going to be okay. That was the one thing I was sure about. I was like, this is not the end of the world, you're going to be okay. So after finding out about my HIV status, the thing that really inspired me to put my journey out there was the interaction that I had with the doctor. Yeah. So the first response that the doctor told me was, don't worry, you don't need to share your status with anyone. You can just take your medicines on the low. To me, that seemed like hiding. Take my medicine in hiding. How was I supposed to do that? That did not really make sense to me. So it was, and during that time also, the memory of my mom kept reoccurring to me. I feel that now, looking back, I feel her memory was there to just tell me, my girl, you're okay. Because prior to that, my mom was diagnosed with HIV and she succumbed to AIDS. So in my mind I was like, I'm not going to end up like her, and not in a bad way. It's cause what I witnessed during her last days with us before she decided to go to, not she, before God decided that it was adios. So yeah, that memory of her being weak, she could, you see this strong woman, yani the strongest woman that you've known all your life, being in a vulnerable position where they could not be able to do anything for themselves. Yani it's like they were dependent on other people for their survival, in terms of utter just short call, long call. She used to just, you see the way a baby, it's like looking, she had turned into a baby. That was like, it's not, this is not going to repeat itself. I'm the chain breaker, and for that is the main thing even that pushed me into beginning my medication immediately, because I wanted to be perfect in terms of health wise. I didn't want anything to interfere with my immunity, and in my mind I was like, it's not the end of the world. So I feel the way I reacted was like God's favor in my life, because in most situations people don't usually react like that. Most people have been conditioned by the environment, the society, that living with HIV is the end of the world. And I was like, since I've been able to carry this news gracefully, maybe I can just form a social support system of, then it was of women living with HIV/AIDS, and just spread the news of AIDS. It's not the end of the world, and we can work together. Yeah, I know I worked with myself, like it was like practically working with myself for like 6 months alone without any support from anywhere. The support, God, one thing about that period was I developed a relationship with God, because during those days that I felt, oh my goodness, I don't think I can do it, the thing that really held me down was just going back to God and God's words and seeing that it gets better, that even in the most darkest nights, eventually the sun shines. So yeah, and this story is long. Guys, I told you it's going to be 4 questions, maybe a short video or long. Yeah, so yeah, so that is when I made the conscious decision to put myself out there so that other young women can be able to see. Then it was other young women, now it's anyone who is feeling as though it's the end of the world. Maybe you've come across a situation in your life where you feel there's no way that you're going to get back up. Yani, I just want, when you look at me, you're like, yes, it's possible, even though there might be a lot of darkness, but eventually life gets better. Eh? Life is good, guys. Life is good, other than a few hitches here and there, a few sickness here and there, but life is good. And all I can just tell to anyone who is in the same space you've just found about your HIV status, don't feel as though it's the end. No, it gets better. You understand? Yeah, it's not the end of the world. You can still live your life. And yeah, because I feel now I know myself more, even prior to when I found out about my HIV status. So there are a lot of blessings that have come out of that situation. That does not mean that there have not been challenges. Challenges have been there, but one thing about us, we know our mantra is that it gets better. Yeah, so that's what's up. So that is the main reason I decided to come out and just share my journey with the world. Yeah, all this I would say, Loki, I was also doing this for myself because I wanted to create a better world for me, a world that I can comfortably exist and just be myself without having the fear of what will people say, without having the fear that I am not safe and all that. So I wanted to create a safe space and safe world for me first. Then I was also like, I feel this is bigger than me. I feel this challenge that is ahead of us, this is bigger than me. And one thing about me, from a young age, I've always known that I was born to change the world. I was born to make a difference. Yeah, that is one thing I know. So I was just telling myself, this is for your own good. Don't look at the positive side of it. Yeah. And there's a lot of positive side of me finding out about my HIV status, because now I'm more self-aware. I know I can do it. Yani, no matter what, I know that whatever I put my mind towards, I can achieve. Yani, it gave me a new sense of strength, a better sense of strength. And after now, I feel I trust and believe in myself more than I used to. Yeah, so that's what's up. The main reason why putting myself out there was thinking about my mom. I was just like, this strong lady lived in somehow shame. I don't know, but let me just say somehow shame, because I discovered about her HIV status 8 years after she had passed. She had passed when I was in class 4. Then I found out about her HIV status when I was in Form 2, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, and right now I understand, because adulthood, you're like, maybe that was a way and a form of protecting you because you're a child. And peer, you know, when you're a child, you also have the same belief that society has conditioned us that when you have AIDS, somehow when you're HIV positive, it's like it's the end of the world and all that. So I understand them, but she's the main reason why I felt that there's a problem that needs to be addressed. Yeah, I was like, I can't imagine how lonely it was for her not to have a support, people who will understand her struggle, the same people who will understand her. As in, I felt I didn't want other women to be lonely in the journey. Yeah, so I wanted to work with other people. Yeah, so this was mainly inspired by my mom, because I was like, I hope she was not extremely lonely. What? Yeah, that time I feel the main reason I started my journey was just reflecting on the little life that I got to spend with my mom. Yeah, working my journey with the world has really helped me as a person, because one thing about me, I'm usually like, I want, when I interact with someone or something, that thing leaves me a better person. So for that reason, I'm usually like, I also want to present a better version of myself. Not even present, because presenting, it's like there's another version, but I just want to be the better version of myself. When anyone interacts with me, when anyone comes by, anything connected with me, they're left inspired, motivated, they're left hopeful. Yeah, so the one thing that putting myself out there has come with has been the thirst of wanting and implementing things that make me a better version for not only myself but also to the world. Because one thing about me, I want to make my world a better place to exist in. Yeah, so guys, that's what's up. So the 4 questions, I feel the 4 questions have made you understand a little bit of where I'm coming from and the journey and who Joshine is. Yeah, so thank you so much if you've watched up until here. Yani, I'm so grateful for each and every person who genuinely supports me, who never tires to come to my channel and just sacrifice a little bit of your time, interact with my content for sometimes it's usually an hour and some few minutes, at times it's just minutes. Yani, I'm so grateful and I don't take that for granted, especially now in this world when people have a lot of things, things to keep them busy. So you being here is a major blessing that I don't take for granted. Yeah, and yeah, you guys, the people who have already subscribed, I need you to be recruiters. Go recruit others, share, comment, don't forget, don't shy away from commenting here, because one thing about you guys, you don't love commenting, but it's okay, mdogo mdogo, siku moja tu mtakuwa mnajipata effortlessly mna comment here. So that's what's up, guys. Love you. Bye. See you in the next video.
Bye. See you. Bye. See you. Bye.